Okay. So now if we are that self-created system made of information, what exactly the karma is? As I already said, in the context of human, that information becomes karma. But what is karma? Now, karma, if you have to understand just with one word, it simply means action, right? That's why what Bible says about karma, Bible says, as you sow, so shall you reap. So you did something and whatever is happening with you today, it is the result of that. Upanishad says, as you act, so you become, which is the crux of all the Vedas. So whatever you have acted, now you have become out of it. Newton said, every action has equal and opposite reaction. So karma is also physics, right? So when you say every action has equal and opposite reaction, that becomes the physics of karma. And when you say whatever is happening with you, it's because you are holding certain pattern in you. That is psychology. So karma basically means action, and whatever actions you have taken in the past, based on that, you are experiencing the present. You use also one word here, which is intention, that you had the intention to take this action, right? So that's what it is all about. Now, where it gets interesting and complicated both, that we think karma is linear. We think you do something today, exactly what you did before coming to this workshop. You decided a week before or a couple of days before, whenever you came across this workshop, that, okay, I want to be in that workshop. So you establish that intention to be in this workshop. Now, more like how many people we have, I think double of these people, they have registered for this workshop, right? Now, why those people they registered for this workshop are not here? Why? Because they had the intention in the beginning. That's why they registered for the workshop. But then gradually they couldn't hold on that intention. Right. And as a result, what happened? That intention did not materialize in a specific time and space. So when you take this whole concept that if you had the intention and you constantly held on that intention, and then eventually when the right time came, it materialized in that space. Now you can apply the same idea, same principle beyond this life, that in your past life, you had certain intention and you are still holding on that, but the time hasn't come to get it materialized, and when it will come, it will materialize. Again, it's an idea. You just have to hold on that idea to get the answers. Now, how it works basically. So far, we are only discussing what is karma and what karma is not. But when you get to the nuances of it, it gets very, very interesting. The way we look at, especially from a Hindu framework or Vedas framework or Vedic astrology framework, karma has 4 types. One of the type is, we call it accumulated or sanchit karma, which is like everything is stored. Now, people also call it in New Age spirituality, Akashic records, that everything is stored there. Now, since we have life beyond this life and we are living just one small fragment of our total life, we have got, what you call it, the designated lot of total karma. So when you come in this life, you get the designated allotted karma. For example, you have a bank account and you have maybe, $1 million in that bank account. And out of this $1 million, you have decided to buy a car. So only for buying a car, you decided to get maybe $50,000 out of that. So you use $50,000 only to buy that car, because now you have a purpose to use that money to buy a car. Just like that, based on your past lives, you are constantly collecting karmas, right? And that is the total storage of your karma. Whatever karma you have collected, they are unfinished karma. So in order to materialize them, you need right frequency, you need right time, you need right space. Like, you had the intention to join this workshop, but you cannot join the workshop until the time comes, right? So it has to be the right time and right space in order to do the workshop, despite having the right intention. Just like that, you are holding everything in the form of intention, but when the right time and right space, and that's why time and space are not different, they are one. So when the right time and space takes place, then boom, it materializes. So just like that, when you were there, now imagine you are not born yet. Again, imagine, lots of imagination today. Imagine you are not born yet. You are waiting up there, holding on these intentions that, okay, you are ready to born. Now, what is that intention again in the context of human? Now, in order to be born, now you cannot go beyond the laws of the earth. So there are certain laws and regulations of the earth, because earth is also a self-created system which has its own rule sets, a set of rules. So now, beyond to life, in the last life, whatever you did, now you are dead and you haven't born yet. So you are somewhere in middle, right? And now in order to come on earth, now you have to be born in a certain womb, right? But now the person, the lady who will become your mother, she's not even married yet, right? So it's just a movie. Just think like that. Imagine. And that lady, even I'm learning in this process, that lady, she's not even married yet. And now algorithm is such that she has to be the mother, right? And now there is also, now she cannot be a mother without having a man in her life. And now this life has to take place with certain qualities, with certain patterns, with certain information, because it's a system made of information. Now it has to take birth in the form of human. And now this is where it requires a certain specific information. And now it looks for the certain specific information in another man. And now this particular soul or life is causing these men and women to come close. And when they come close, when it takes place, again, based on even this karma, because now when it is going to take place, the frequency is, from astrological point of view, is when these planets, they come together, because they are also holding certain specific information based on their movements. It's all about movement, right? And when everything takes place, boom, then it spark happens, right? Just like the way your social media post goes viral, right? Just like you meet someone randomly somewhere and that person becomes something for you. These things are not random. We call it random. Why? Because the pattern is so complex. There are billions of variables taking place in the background. Nothing is random. The way AI is taking place, it is not random. There are, so many permutation and combinations taking place. Now, from that point of view, they say it's destined. Everything is, but it's not a blanket statement. Destined is nothing but a destination, but destination cannot be random. You are here in this workshop. This is your destination based on your intention to be here. After this workshop, whatever you are going to do, you will go for a walk, you will go to people from US, they will sleep. I might do something else, you might do something else. But again, that is also destined. If you are able to go and see every single possible information, what is going on in the background, you will be able to predict what will you do after 2 hours from now. So it is based on that information. Now, so based on this total accumulated karma, you got the certain allotted karma for this life. But interesting point, even in this moment, every moment you are also doing new karmas. And now what happens by doing new karmas, sometimes you can also change your past karmas. Now, how it happens? So I see many birth charts where people are, they had difficult childhood. And when I see their chart, based on the combination planetary placements, I'm able to see that something happened with father or with mother or something during the childhood. And when I point out, they validate that, yes, you are right. Now, when I say that there is one total accumulated karma, you have nothing to do with that, you are not aware of it. And then what you have got for this life, and based on that, you are born in a certain family, you get married to a certain person, then you have children. All these are allotted karma for this life, which you have to get rid of, if you want to say it in that manner. But at the same time, you're also creating new karmas. And when I was giving the example of this birth chart or horoscope reading, I'm just giving you one nature of creating new karmas. So when I see somebody's chart and when I say you had difficult childhood and they agree to it, because what is happening with us? Again, psychology accepts this idea that we are living the same life we had in our childhood. It's just the same patterns playing out in different forms and ways with new type of relationships. But the idea is always which we have collected from the childhood. So when I see in somebody's chart and when I make them aware that why I was able to see it without you told me, why I was able to tell you your childhood story and I'm a stranger to you. So that means there is some mechanics which is playing, and that mechanics is karma. And astrology is a way to read your karma. And if I'm able to do that, isn't it but obvious that what you have got is there to teach you something about it? And the moment they really understand this idea and they accept it, their whole perspective towards their childhood changes. Their story in their mind gets edited. Their whole imagination gets shifted. And once that takes place, what happens? There is a very famous saying in Bible, God created man his own image. You are creating your life in your imagination. That imagination changes. You stop blaming your parents. You stop blaming anyone in your past. And instantly you realize whatever happened, it happened to help me to understand my life better, to help me to evolve the quality of my consciousness. and then you make a fresh start. That is what I'm trying to say here in this context, that you are also have that power to create new karma even at a thinking level. Action level is different. I just gave one example of thinking level. And as a result, what happens? You create future karma, which is the agami karma. So there are 4 types of karmas here, which we have explored.